Looking at the estrangement, I see so many therapists talking about the children, the adults, children who sometimes can be as old as 50, who have declared that their mother is a stranger, sometimes the whole family. And there's so much written and so many videos about how to relate to those adults, how to meet their needs, what they are going through, how we have to be sensitive to their trauma. But there is absolutely nothing about the mothers and the parents that are going through this. So this video is to bring awareness to the experience that the mothers have. It has such an enormous impact on the mother, who is now told that she cannot be a mother anymore, who is now told that she injured and did something so criminal that she can be judged without given a voice and condemned to eradication. I can share from my story and the hundreds of stories I've read, a parent who loses the child to the distortion of reality, to estrangement. It is so painful to watch one's child deteriorate mentally and adopt beliefs that are against life. In my case, my daughter was extremely, extremely intelligent. So when she was ready to start second grade, I decided to put her to a Montessori school. And one of the requirements that the Montessori school had is an evaluation for everybody, an evaluation by a psychologist. And they sent me to the specific center they want my daughter to be evaluated. When they evaluated my daughter, who at the time was about 6.5 years old, they explained to me in the report that while she has the emotional maturity of a 6.5, 7-year-old child, she has the logical ability of a 12-year-old. To me, that explained why she was so annoyed when she was playing with children. A lot of the make-believe was just irritating to her because it made no sense. So my daughter was preoccupied with things such as fairness and justice and kindness and meaning and trust. What is it like for me as a mom? See those qualities that were such a promise of her life, see them eroded, see her slowly starting to lie, see her slowly starting to manipulate, slowly starting to manipulate my perception of events in the present. See her slowly lose her enormous regard she had for life, her sensitivity, her gentleness, and things she said to me such as, well, if you didn't want to see me so badly, maybe I won't find you so disgusting, and maybe I would see you. Various accusations, various degrading comments. To see my daughter, who was so into fairness, judge and condemn me, and not allow me to have a voice or have a conversation about it. I see this, and so many moms who have to watch this and their children, watching somebody slipping into another reality where they lose who they are, while their therapist is telling them that they are finding their identity. The helplessness, you know, to be able to help my child. I wrote to the Office of Professions. I called institutions where my daughter was getting therapy as a LGBT person, to no avail, because once a person is an adult, they will not investigate it. So it's the helplessness to see our children do the reverse of what a healthy person would do in every single circumstance. And after a while, it became really obvious to me that I was singled out. She had not lost her ability to see right from wrong, to be moral, to be outraged by unfairness when it came to other people. That for me was a relief, because for a while I was not sure if she was developing a mental illness, because the beginning of indoctrination looks a lot like psychosis, because people lose their personality, lose their values, they lose touch with reality. So, what was my daughter indoctrinated into? This cult that you have to get rid of your roots, your heritage. She was indoctrinated into this ideology that you are the victim of your parents, that you're injured by their parents' imperfection, that setting boundaries so your mother behavior, your mother's psychology will not infect the rest of the family. This is like a terrible, terrible thing to watch. I can see how my daughter is slipping away from reality, and yet I cannot do anything to help her, primarily because by the time I became aware or understood what was actually happening, she was already estranged. I like this movie Eleni. I highly recommend it. In the movie Eleni, Nicolas Cage, who's an American journalist, this is a real story, mom smuggled him and his sister, as did a number of other women, smuggled their adult children out of Greece to go to America, to save them from being indoctrinated by the communist regime that was emerging. For doing that, her and the other women in the village that participated in saving their children were shot. So the movie does end with an image that remained imprinted in my mind. And I was very young when I saw the movie, where she basically raises her arms and said, "My children. Our children have been taken away from us. We don't even get the privilege of fighting for them. We don't even get the opportunity to defend them, to guide them, because the indoctrination is of the mind. They're taken away from us through manipulating perception. And it's so insidious and persistent that it's in the beginning not visible. And even when we see our children saying or doing something that is really, really the inconsiderate, that is really inappropriate, we think of them, oh, they are young and exploring. We can't be silent about this.